Okay, so tonight I'm making chopped barbecue sandwiches, and I'm using tri-tip steak. It's a really easy recipe and really, really delicious. So here I have about 2 pounds of tri-tip steak. For those of you that don't have tri-tip steak in your grocery store, it's just a roast cut up in strips. So first I'm going to put salt and pepper on it. And then I'll flip them over and do the same thing. I like my steaks really peppery, so I put quite a bit. Okay, after you use salt and pepper, I'm going to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on it. I'm just going to sprinkle it. Not too much. Alright, now I'm going to take it over to the stove and sear the meat. Okay, so now I'm searing the meat in my cast iron skillet. I love using cast iron for this because you get a nice flavor. You don't want to overcrowd your meat or else you'll steam it instead of sear it. So I'm just going to do a few pieces at a time. You'll want your heat set on high, and it'll be a couple of minutes per side. So now it's time to flip the meat. You see it's got a nice sear there. Perfect. This helps hold in the juices and the flavor when it's baking. Now it's time to put the rest of the meat in here. I'm just going to put this to the side. These are finished searing, so I'm going to turn off the fire and take these back over to the counter to put together for the oven. I've preheated my oven to 375, so make sure you do that before you finish cooking these. Now I'm putting the meat in my cast iron Dutch oven. You can also cook this in an oven bag. That's what I used to do before I purchased this. It works really well with either one. I'm also going to pour the juice in there. And the steak. Alright, I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to chop up 2 cloves of garlic. This is optional. I really love garlic, so I put it in lots of things. I think it just enhances the flavor. Plus, garlic boosts your immune system. With the flu season here, that's always good. Alright. So I'm going to sprinkle that over the meat. And then I'm going to chop my onion. If you don't know how to chop up an onion, the first thing you do is cut both sides. And then you cut it down the middle. And that makes this part easier to peel. And I usually peel off those layers so you don't get like a thin layer. Then you slice it as thin or thick as you want it. I'm not going to mince these because I want large pieces of onion in my sandwich. And then you put that over. Okay, so next I'm going to sprinkle some crushed red pepper. It's about a teaspoon. I like it pretty spicy. So you can do as little or as much, or you can eliminate it altogether. And I'm using Stubbs smoked mesquite barbecue sauce. You can use any type of barbecue sauce you like. So what I'm also going to do is put a little water in. Maybe about 1/8 of the bottle. Shake it up to get all the remainder and pour it in. Because this is going to cook in the oven for 2 hours. So you want moisture in there. So that's how it looks before you put it in. So you're going to put your lid on and let it simmer at 375 in the oven for 2 hours. Alright, so my tri-tip steak is cooked in the oven for 2 hours in the barbecue sauce and onions and garlic, and it's really tender and juicy. And so now I'm going to take a piece out and chop it up. Actually, I'll take a couple of pieces out. I also went to the bakery and got some fresh little French baguettes. So you literally just chop it up to the size that you want. Alright. See how tender that is? It's just very, very easy. Super tender, and can't wait to try it. Alright. Some people put pickles, some people put cheese, some people put fresh onions. I like to cook my onions inside and eat it that way. I'm sort of simple when it comes to my chopped barbecue. I just like the meat with the onions inside and the bread. But you can put anything you want on it. That's, you know, the great thing about cooking yourself. So let's put some on a roll. And you can use any type of bread you want as well. I like to load it up. Get plenty on there. And then I'm going to take a little of the sauce and put it on there. Get some of the onion. Alright, now it's time to taste this sucker. Looks nice and juicy. Delicious.